I'm at the top of my game right now. You went down off a jab.
And they're trying to get under your skin.
Talking yeah. How?
It has never been bigger for any fighter.
I'm gonna bash you up.
Incredible.
You shut your face. You shut up. You shut your face.
The upcoming heavyweight clash between Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker has stirred up a lot of debate, and here are the predictions of the experts regarding the much-awaited showdown.
I'm gonna be too smart, too fast. Movement's gonna be on point. I'm gonna be deliberate, precise. I'm gonna be aggressive. That's it.
Cut it. That's enough.
I'm gonna bash you up.
Enough acting, mate.
Who's acting?
Shut up.
Who's acting?
Shut up.
You shut your face.
You shut up.
You shut your face.
Your mouth. Shut your mouth, man.
Is that all you can say? Shut your face. Shut your mouth. Talking shit.
Yeah.
How?
I'm ready to fight, you know, by any means necessary.
You talk too much.
Daniel Dubois, widely known for his sheer power and knockout ability, enters this fight with the reputation of being a dangerous puncher. His explosive right hand has garnered him several quick victories, earning him a strong following as one of the division's most feared young fighters. Many observers, such as Amir Khan, believe that Dubois has the edge in terms of raw power and momentum. Khan, who has closely followed Dubois' career, notes that the British fighter's recent wins, including his dominant performance against Filip Hrgović, highlight his continued improvement and growing confidence. Khan sees Dubois as the favorite, believing his physical prowess and aggressive approach will prove too much for Parker to handle. However, while Khan is confident in Dubois' ability to impose his will, the fight isn't as straightforward as it might seem.
I like Dubois, man. Dubois a beast. Honestly, I said that from when he fought against Hrgović. I said that, yo, who is this kid, man? I go, this kid's good. And I remember watching that live. And I like the way he fought and how he puts his punches together and how strong he is and the way he took those fighters apart. Obviously, he's coming off a great win against Anthony Joshua. He's going to have more confidence. So, yeah, I think I got Dubois going in that fight winning.
Joe Joyce, who has faced both Dubois and Parker in the ring, brings a unique insight into the contest. Joyce, who defeated Dubois in 2020 in a thrilling and hard-fought battle, acknowledges the danger Dubois presents with his power. However, Joyce believes the key to the fight will be which fighter can control the tempo in the early rounds. For Joyce, the first few rounds will be crucial, and the fighter who lands the first significant blow and establishes their game plan will likely seize the upper hand. His own victory over Dubois offers him a clear understanding of how to neutralize Dubois' threats. Joyce believes that while Dubois' power is formidable, Parker's adaptability and experience could be enough to outlast the early storm and turn the fight in his favor.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Like, obviously Dubois hits hard. He's come from like more, I don't know, stepped up, but then also Parker as well. Like they've both come along and they've both like been in big fights, so yeah, I'm really excited to see who gets the win.
Yeah, they've both been on really good form recently, the past year or two.
Both got different attributes, but see may the best.
There is also Derek Chisora, who has weighed in on the upcoming bout. Chisora, a longtime competitor who has shared the ring with many of the sport's top names, believes that Dubois' raw power will lead to a quick conclusion, possibly within the first 5 rounds. His prediction stems from Dubois' ability to end fights abruptly with his heavy hands. Chisora's prediction of an early finish reflects the widespread belief that if Parker cannot withstand Dubois' early aggression, he could be in for a long and difficult night. However, this perspective fails to account for Parker's experience and technical ability, which many feel could prove crucial as the fight progresses beyond the first few rounds.
What do you think about that fight?
Which one?
Dubois Parker, if it does happen.
I think Dubois wins it. You know, because I don't think Joseph Parker's got a strong enough chin. Daniel hits hard. You know, Daniel hits hard. So I see that fight. Daniel winning 5 rounds.
Meanwhile, Carl Froch offers a more measured analysis. Froch recognizes Dubois' strengths, particularly his knockout power, but he believes Parker's adaptability and ring IQ could make the difference. Froch sees Parker as the more technically skilled fighter, with the ability to adjust his strategy to outbox Dubois. Froch also points out that Parker has shown resilience in the past, noting that if Dubois manages to defeat Parker, especially after his previous loss to Anthony Joshua, it would solidify his standing as a legitimate world champion. However, However, Frosch emphasizes that Parker's movement and defense will be critical in avoiding Dubois' heavy punches, as Parker has proven capable of frustrating and neutralizing more straightforward opponents.
I think a Joseph Parker fight, he's bigger than Parker, naturally bigger. He punches hard on him, but Parker's on a couple of decent wins. Yeah, beat Zhang, he beat Deontay Wilder. They're good wins in good form. You know what I mean? He's looking like he's really getting his second win in his career. So if Dubois can beat Joseph Parker after the wipeout job against AJ, he really has established himself as a bona fide world champion.
Yeah.
So, and it's a fight that will be good, because you never know, because Parker's got all that, he's got bags of experience.
Yeah.
Sean Porter also leans toward the British fighter in this contest. Porter acknowledges Dubois' evolving skill set, noting that he has matured as a fighter in recent years. Porter believes that Dubois' combination of physical power and growing ring awareness will be enough to overcome Parker's experience and technical prowess. However, Porter also recognizes the dangers Parker presents with his intelligence and ability to think strategically during a fight. According to Porter, Dubois will need to maintain focus and adapt to whatever Parker throws his way, but ultimately he believes Dubois will come out on top.
He's fought Jarrell Miller, Philip Hergovich, Anthony Joshua, and now fighting Joseph Parker within 18 months. He's only 27 years old.
Love it. I love that he's been busy. His fight with Joshua wasn't a big bruiser, so coming back, and especially coming back against Parker is that's a really good fight for him. I think it's a fight that he'll win, but it's a good boxing match. And then like I always say, more than anything, I want to see good boxing matches.
I think that what's been incredible with Daniel was, years ago he got stopped by Joe Joyce. A lot of people labelled him a quitter. Same thing happened in the Usyk fight.
He had to grow up. And listen, this is what we know about heavyweights. They mature later than any other weight class. So he matured a little later, and I think he's grown through some of his growing pains. And the worst thing for a fighter is you see our growing pains.
Dave Coldwell has a different take. Coldwell has spoken in defense of Parker, arguing that the New Zealander is being underestimated by many in the build-up to the fight. Coldwell believes that Parker possesses all the necessary tools to outclass Dubois and secure the victory. His defense of Parker's abilities centers on the notion that Parker's technical boxing skills and experience will provide him with an edge over Dubois' raw power. Coldwell's perspective challenges the idea that Dubois is the clear favorite, highlighting that Parker's diverse skill set could be enough to outthink and outmaneuver his opponent.
Parker Dubois. I fancy Parker is not an underdog in this fight. Everyone makes out as though he's a massive underdog. I'm not saying Dubois can't beat him or isn't going to beat him, but I'm saying I can see so many ways how so many assets that Parker has that can cause Dubois a lot of problems, and if Parker wins, I'm not going to be shocked.
Coach Andy Lee, who is deeply involved in Parker's camp, has expressed confidence in his fighter's ability to outsmart the undefeated Brit. While Lee acknowledged the obvious threats posed by Dubois, including his great jab, power, and speed, he believes Parker has a significant advantage in terms of ring intelligence. Lee has argued that Parker's mental acuity, which has been a key factor in past victories over dangerous opponents, will be the difference maker in this fight. He stated, "We know what Daniel has. A great jab, great power, and speed somewhat. He's not as fast as Joe, and not as good footwork as Joe. What Joe has is intelligence. He's a clever fighter. That's how we diffused the power of Deontay Wilder, and that's how we fought and outsmarted Zhang. What people are underestimating is his added size, and you're going to see it." Parker's status as an underdog in this matchup has been a theme for much of his career, and Andy Lee sees this as an advantage. According to Lee, Parker has often been underestimated by his opponents, which has worked in his favor. He pointed to past wins where Parker defied expectations, such as his victory over Deontay Wilder, and more recently, his triumph over Zhilei Zhang. Lee believes that Dubois' team is making the same mistake of underestimating Parker, and that his fighter is poised to upset the apple cart once again. He further added, "It's good. They're making the same mistake they always make. When Parker fought Wilder, it was Wilder v AJ, and he overturned them. When Parker beat Zhang, it was supposed to be Wilder v Zhang, but he overturned him. They're making the same mistake they make every time. It's great for us. This man is going to upset the apple cart again. Adam Smith, who is also closely associated with Parker's camp, also offers a positive outlook on the New Zealanders' chances. Smith praises Parker's preparation and conditioning, emphasizing that the former world champion is in peak physical shape for the fight. With a top-tier team behind him, Smith feels that Parker's mental and physical readiness could prove to be a decisive factor. While acknowledging Dubois' strength and momentum, Smith believes that Parker's dedication to his craft and his ability to handle pressure will make him a formidable challenge for the Briton. Smith's comments reflect a belief that Parker's well-rounded skill set and thorough preparation could lead to an upset, providing a refreshing counterpoint to the prevailing narrative that Dubois is the man to beat.
Yeah, second one. No soft touch here. Joseph Parker's in the form of his life. Andy Lee has been amazing for him. I spoke to Joe on my podcast a couple of days ago, and he is just absolutely bang up for this. He's put a bit of muscle on. He's got George Lockhart with him. He's got Andy Lee. He's got a great team. Obviously, one of the nicest people in boxing. Daniel Dubois has got the momentum and the confidence now. It's fantastic being around him. He came back from a holiday in Brazil, super sharp. I saw him on the pads, maybe in his first or second training session back, and he looked incredible.
Jile Zhang, a heavyweight who has faced both fighters, provides an interesting shift in perspective. Initially, Zhang predicted that Dubois would retain his title, but after further reflection, he has revised his stance, now considering the fight a genuine 50-50 matchup. Zhang's updated viewpoint highlights the unpredictable nature of the contest, with both fighters possessing attributes that could tip the scales in their favor. While Zhang acknowledges Dubois' superior power, he also recognizes Parker's adaptability and experience as potential game changers. This nuanced assessment underscores just how closely matched these two fighters are, making the fight difficult to call with certainty.
I like both fighters. I respect both fighters, but somewhere in my gut feeling is telling me that Dubois is gonna win this one, and because I admire his style and I like how he approached the fight. I like Parker as well, but I believe subconsciously I believe Dubois is gonna win this.
Martin Bakole, another heavyweight who has sparred with both Dubois and Parker, also offers his thoughts on the bout. Bakole, who has faced both men in training, notes that while Dubois has explosive power, Parker's superior boxing intelligence and movement could make him the more dangerous opponent over the long haul. Bakole believes that Parker's ability to box smartly, avoid big punches, and implement a strategy could allow him to control the fight and win a decision. Bakole's confidence in Parker's technical ability and ring IQ highlights the belief that while Dubois can end the fight with a single punch, Parker's discipline and adaptability will be key to outlasting the early storm.
Beat the champion who's going to win the fight between Dubois and Parker, and I'll see what will be next.
Who do you rather fight out of Dubois and Parker?
The winner. So I think Parker will win the fight. I think that's my opinion. But the winner of
Eddie Hearn, who is closely tied to Joseph Parker's career, has also shared his thoughts on the upcoming showdown. Hearn believes that Parker's style is tailor-made to counter Dubois' aggressive approach. While Hearn acknowledges the British fighter's devastating knockout power, he is confident that Parker's ability to avoid big punches and remain patient throughout the fight will play a crucial role in his success. Hearn also emphasizes that Parker's intelligence and ability to adjust during the fight will give him an advantage in a drawn-out battle. While Hearn does give credit to Dubois for his recent knockout wins, he ultimately believes that Parker's ability to absorb pressure and stick to his strategy will give him the upper hand.
You know, I mean, I'm kind of like Joseph's unofficial promoter. He's a mate of mine. I love him, and I think he's going to win.
Been fantastic.
Yeah, I think he's just taking it really seriously. You know, I think all fighters just find that moment where they say, I'm going to work harder, I'm going to be smarter. And Joseph, every time you see him, he looks strong. You know, and he's worked really, really hard. I think, by all accounts, I don't know him, but you know, his strength and conditioning training, I think it's George Lockhart. You know, has made a massive difference to, you know, his engine. And now I think he's taking it seriously. I think he's in the form of his career, and I think he's got the kind of style that will really trouble.
Nick Campbell also weighs in on the debate, offering a perspective that emphasizes the stylistic contrast between the two fighters. Campbell sees both Dubois and Parker as being in top form, with both having the tools to win. Campbell notes that Parker has proven himself against top fighters like Deontay Wilder and Jile Zhang, and he believes that Parker's experience and adaptability could be the key to overcoming Dubois. However, Campbell also acknowledges that Dubois' raw power is a huge threat, and the fight could go either way depending on which fighter is able to implement their game plan more effectively.
I think if you need to be honest about it, you know, listen, Joe's a really good friend of mine, but if I want to be impartial and I want to pass comment on things and I want to, you know, I need to be honest about it. It is a 50-50 fight. I think you look at both guys' momentum, you know, like you just said, Dubois has been unbelievable in his last 3 fights, 3 big wins. You look at Joe, his last 2 fights, especially Wilder and Zhang, 2 unbelievable wins, 2 great performances. I think if you look at both fighters, they're both pretty opposing characters, pretty polar opposite really in their personality, the way they go about things, their journey so far.
Paulie Malignaggi also shares concerns about Dubois' ability to deal with Parker's adaptability. Malignaggi notes that while Dubois has been effective against aggressive opponents, Parker's technical skills and movement could cause problems for the British fighter. Malignaggi suggests that if Dubois is unable to adjust to Parker's strategy, he could struggle to land his big shots and could find himself on the back foot. This perspective highlights the potential for Parker's intelligence and footwork to frustrate Dubois and keep him from executing his game plan.
Oh, gee, that's a good question. You know, it's probably, you're looking at a multi-layered fighter when it comes to Parker. I think you're going to have to, Dubois is going to have to show us something that we may not have seen in him. We know he's got this reputation as an explosive, bulky type of fighter who can create highlight reel knockouts, but I think he's going to have to show some of the IQ, if there is any, there, and that's going to expose whether there is any or not. And if he's able to beat Parker because he's going to have to show this IQ in this fight, then we're going to be able to check off another one of the boxes in terms of how we rate Dubois and say, okay, he's even higher and even better level than we've given him credit so far. You know, it's another one of those check marks that you can say, okay.
Former cruiserweight champion Lawrence Okolie, when asked about the fight, offered a thoughtful analysis. Okolie pointed out that Dubois has been thrown into tough contests recently, facing a series of hard opponents, and while he recognized Dubois' power, he noted that Parker's speed and experience could be troublesome for the young British fighter. Okolie reminded the audience that Parker has already faced some of the hardest punchers in the division, including Wilder and Zhang, so Dubois' power is not entirely uncharted territory for him. He stated, "I think Dan is on a roll right now, so I do favor Dan, but I can just see how Parker could nullify and work his way to a points decision." Chris Algieri echoes similar sentiments, noting that Dubois may encounter difficulties against a fighter who can move, think strategically, and adjust throughout the course of a fight. Algieri believes that while Dubois' power is his main asset, Parker's boxing IQ and ability to control the pace of the fight could allow him to nullify Dubois' strengths and wear him down over the long distance. Both Malignaggi and Algieri agree that Parker's experience and strategy will be key factors in determining the winner of the fight.
It's a really tough fight for Dubois. Not an easy route for anyone in the heavyweight division, this new version of Joseph Parker. The guy's got a very good chin. He's got a great gas tank, good motor. He knows how to fight punchers. He's coming off of 2 humongous punchers in Wilder and Zhang. Granted, Wilder didn't fight the fight, doesn't look to himself, but Zhang sure did. Zhang dropped him twice. Parker got up and outboxed him. He's a very, very capable guy in there, even a heavyweight. He's a big guy, too. People forget. Yes, he's a technician. Yes, he's kind of crafty and will outmaneuver you. But he's big enough, durable enough to deal with these super heavyweight guys and a big punch like Dubois. Very, very tough fight. Good matchup.
Dave Allen also offers his perspective, initially leaning toward a Parker victory. Allen acknowledges Dubois' improvements, particularly his growing technical skills, but ultimately believes that Parker's superior boxing ability and ring intelligence will give him the edge. Allen's analysis suggests that while power is important, intelligence and strategy could be just as crucial in determining the outcome, and Parker's ability to outthink Dubois could prove decisive.
I could see Parker beating him on points, yeah. But Dubois is getting bigger and stronger all the time. Like Dubois is a different kettle of fish now 2 years ago. So, you know, when it only takes one fight to paint a picture. Like, I used to be known as one of the hardest men in British boxing. Yeah? I pull out in the corner against Fraser Clark. I'm a quitter on this and that. You know, you go from one of the hardest men in British boxing to a quitter overnight. But I still look at Dubois and go, he's got a bit of quitting in him. He's a bit chinny out. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not anymore, is he? Like, he's walked through Hergovich, walked through Miller, walked through Joshua.
Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua shared his thoughts, providing a more neutral perspective on the matchup. Joshua expressed excitement for the fight, confirming that he would be in Saudi Arabia to watch it live. He acknowledged the significance of the contest and the fact that it would be a major event in the boxing world. Joshua also hinted at a lighthearted rivalry surrounding the fight, sharing that he and a close associate had made personal predictions about the outcome, adding an extra layer of intrigue to the contest. He stated, 22nd of February, it's gonna be big. Make sure you tune in. I'm actually gonna come out to Saudi and watch the fight between Joseph Parker and Daniel Dubois. Good luck to both men. Me and His Excellency, we have an agreement. He picks his side, I pick my side, and we see who wins. Ultimately, the fight between Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker is shaping up to be a highly competitive, unpredictable contest. Both fighters possess distinct advantages that could tilt the scales in their favor, making it difficult to predict with certainty who will come out on top. So what are your thoughts about this? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.